Hello everyone, it's Hanny. The other day I saw a video on YouTube. I'm sorry I forgot her name, but I will put a link in the description box below on YouTube. That lady, she made flowers from burlap, and I love them very much. And well, I didn't make a burlap one, but I thought, well, let's try it with some other stuff, and maybe that works. And the first one I made was this one, and that's a flower made from fabric, and I made it the same way as she did with burlap. And then I made this one. This is my favorite. It's the same fabric as this, but I coffee dyed it with coffee spray. It's a bit odd bottle because I poured the coffee in when it was hot, so the bottle didn't like that, but it works. So I made this one from fabric and a button. I made this one from deli paper, and oh yeah, I made these 2-3 from fabric, but in another way. This was the same way like the burlap, and this two were made different. And I made some of yarn. I like this one. I did that in another way than the burlap. I'll show you when I will show you how I do that. And this is from yarn, and this is from thicker yarn, and this is from twine. Well, I like to make them, and in this video I will show you how I make one from fabric, maybe two ways, and from yarn, how I do it with yarn and rope. And well, paper, well, no, I don't think I'd use paper. Well, I will show you how I do that. Enjoy watching. Well, here I have a piece of fabric, cotton, and oh well, here's a little piece I can use. I think I will use this piece, and well, I fold them in half, and that's how big the flower will be in a circle. So I want to make it a bit smaller. So, and what I will do is, well, you can sew this together and fold it in half. Zoom a bit in. Sorry for the bandage. I fold it in half, and you can sew it, but I glue it. I will glue that piece together with, of course, glue, and I use fabric glue for that, and just around the edge, a little small how do we call that? Well, it has to be a small stripe of glue, and I will glue that together. I have to do it straight, honey. Like so. And then I will let it dry. It has to stay put. So, I let it dry. Well, I hope it's dry now. And the next thing I'm doing is take some scissors and just cut little stripes of little strokes like so, almost to the end. You can see it? This can a bit further. I hope you can see it all right. And just cut little small. You can do it wider, but I like the small ones. So I will cut them until the end, or not till the end, but till the length I think it's okay. So, well, I think this is long enough. The width of the piece of trim was 2 inches, and that's, well, 6 centimeters, and well, the 4 inches, 3.5, 4 inches the length, and that's 10 centimeters roundabout. No, not roundabout, well, almost 10 centimeters. Well, I will cut it through, so I have this piece of fabric. Well, the next thing I'm going to do is put glue on the edge again. Maybe someone invented this before, I'm sure someone has. But I thought, well, let's show you how I do it. I didn't see this on YouTube. And I will roll this like so. She did it, the video I saw with Burlap, she did it the same way, only she didn't cut the burlap, but she pulled out the strings. So she had well, the little twines, burlap twines, and that was the flower. Well, till the end, okay. Now I'm going to put some glue in the center, or in the center on the bottom, so it will and just let that dry like so. Just squeeze it a bit so it will. And now it has to dry. Now I can start and show you how I do a flower from yarn. And you can do that with fabric too. If you don't have a little piece of fabric, you can do it with a little small stroke. I can show you that too. So I will tear a little stroke yarn. I hope it wouldn't. No, that doesn't work. I have to try it again. That did work, and now a straight one. Like so, I hope. Well, it's very small. It's more phrased than fabric. But what you can do then is just wind it around your fingers, or, well, that's too big. I want to have a flower that's not that big. I have a piece of cardstock, and I will roll it on there, like so. And I have the beginning of the start of the stroke. How do we call that? Well, the little ribbon I made, and I just wind it around like so. And then I'm taking a needle and like so, and I will pull that through under like so. So I have one end here and one end here, and then I'm going to we'll make a little knot, but I don't pull it straight yet or tight yet, because I want to pull that out. So I have this, and then I will do it like so and pull a knot in it. Well, I don't think this is a great success. Yes, it's going to be a flower, but I cut these off. It's the same way you make a pom-pom. How do you call those things? Those little balls of yarn. So this is a little frayed flower too. And I can glue it in the middle like so. Well, I can do a white thing on it. A bit glue. like so. So you have a little frayed flower from fabric. This is a bit too big, so I will cut that. I don't like that. I will cut a piece off. So. Well, and that's a nice little flower. And it's flat. It's a flat flower. So I like that very much. Well, I think this is ready too. I hope, yes. And now I will fold it out like so. You can leave it this way if you want to, but then it's thick. So I'm going to do something odd. I'm taking my hammer and I will flatten it. Yeah, this is you see it? That's the piece we put glue on. It's the back. It's not quite dry yet, but that's okay. It's dry enough. And now I will put the hammer sorry for the noise, like so. Now it's flat or flatter. Yeah, you see. So you can flatten it that way. Just some of it out again. I like it when it's a bit rough. And you can glue a button or something else in the middle. I can do the same on here. So this is the one I made of a little piece of fabric, and this is a little one I made from a I don't know the word. Is it stroke? No, stroke is something with the heart, I think. Well, I know what it's. This is a long. It's not a piece. It's a string. I don't know how you call it. Well, this is the difference. This is a bit bigger. But when I rolled more around this piece, well, I had a bigger one too. But I like this one. This is flat too now, because it's flat too now because I hammered it flat. You see? It's not very thick. So I like this one too. And now I'm going to make some flower from yarn, and I do it the same way I did this one. I think I want to have a little. This was how wide was this? 2 centimeters. This was 2 centimeters. Well, I will make one of 2.5 centimeters now. 2.5. 2.5. Right, so a bit bigger. And this is just a piece of, well, package cardstock. And I will lay that flat, the beginning, and then roll around it like so. And I'm not rolling it very tight, a bit loose, because when you do it very tight you can't get it off. So I do it a bit longer than the fabric one. So that's enough. And I take my needle and I will pull it underneath, oh, like so. And now I will tie a knot. Oh, focus. Tie a knot. A half knot. And I will, oh, like so. And I will tie the knot, not too tight, because you will well, it won't be a flower anymore when you do it too tight. Got it. Like so. That doesn't cut. And that one, like so. Oh, sure, I'll pull it out. And that wasn't. Like so. No, the other way. Have to be careful because, well, they are loose. When you pull too hard, you will oh, my English is very bad today, I'm sorry, but I think you know what I mean. When you pull too hard, you have a big one, and there you have a little one, so that's not the, you see, when I pull that one goes too, so you have to be a bit careful. So now that's a flower. Put some glue in the middle, and maybe I do a little button on this one. Where do I have my buttons? Oh, here. A little white button. I will search for a button. One moment. This is a nice button. This button, I like this button. And I will glue it on there. Like so. And I will take a clothespin to hold it and let it dry. Oh, this clothespin, oh, there was glue on it. I will do it this way, like so, and let it dry. So, with the twine I did the same as with the yarn, and the paper I did it another way. I did it like I did the first flower. Take a piece of daily paper or other paper, book paper. You can, well, maybe I can make one of book paper. I have book paper here. What did I say? 6? Yeah, 6 centimeters. Like so. And then 10 centimeters, 10.5, 11. Like so, 11. This time it's 11. Like so. And now I won't fold it. Yes, I fold it, but I don't squeeze it. I'll show you what I mean. I will put the glue on this, on this side, and then just bend it over, like so. You know what I mean? So you get this, and not this. Yeah, this is flat. When you make a fold, it's flat. Well, that happened to, I did that with that flower and I can't get it out again because there's a fold. And now I don't fold it. Yes, I just bend it. But, and then, yeah, cutting it. I'm not sure if that... I'll try. Yes, it stays a bit round. Well, you have to be very careful. Because it will bend a little. You see? Will fold a little because you squeeze it with your scissors. Maybe that's just a little snip and then cut it further. Maybe that helps. Well, I'll try. I will cut them all and then I'll try. Well, I cut them all and now I will, you see, they are going to fold, so I will push them a bit back, a bit rounder, bit, well, like so. Maybe that helps. Yeah, now I have, you can see, maybe now it's better. I'm not sure. Well, I will try to roll it now. Maybe it works, maybe not. Don't squeeze there, just roll. Or flip it over. I don't really roll it. Well, I think that's more beautiful. Put some glue again on it, some more glue. It doesn't roll that easy because it's thick on this end. But hey, just trying, and it works. Well, it's a bit loose, but I will put some glue there and in the middle. and let it dry for a while again. Maybe I just should squeeze it a bit, like so. And let it dry. Maybe I could use the heat gun. Good try. Well, it's a bit wet now. I'm not sure if it's going to be okay. Well, when it's flat, it's flat. Just try to find the middle. Something like the middle. But when I will use my hammer to flatten it, I'm afraid it's going to flat the whole flower, and I don't want that. But when I leave it this way, well, I don't think it's a success, this one. Well, let's try. Like so. Let's try. Take the hammer. And flatten it. Well, it's no success. It's a flower and it's a bit, well, less flat than this one. Maybe when I put something in the middle, it's okay. Just bend it a little here and there. Well, it's a flower. But when you put it in the journal, it will flatten anyway, so I don't think it's that super trooper. No. Well, I will put a little thing in the middle. Like so, little one, and well, it's a flower, but well, I'm not very happy with this, with that. I like these two, or this one. I like the fabric most. So, here are the flowers I made, and these are my favorites, like this two, and I made these three the same way. I made it with a piece of 10 by 3 or 6 centimeters by 10, folded in half. I made it these three like so. And this one I made that way. It's a bit smaller. This one I did make with well, a long end, like so, a long stroke thing. This one I did two. This one I did two like that. This one I did the yarn, of course, and the paper flowers. Well, they work. They are well, it's not a big success, but I like these. Well, I hope you enjoyed my struggling with the flowers, and it's fun to make, that's for sure. And you can put them on, well, on a tag. I think if I have a tag here, well, you can put it on there. And it doesn't seem flat. Well, you have the fabric and the button, of course, so it's a bit thickness. And when you have this one, this little one, well, it's very flat, like this too. Well, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have fun making your own. Thank you for watching. Bye.